A beautiful story, really. And I just want to, before I hand over to the best man, just have one quick cheers on behalf of my family to say we couldn't be happier to have Colin as part of the family. You could not ask for a more generous, beautiful man to ever meet in your life. And we're very lucky to have you as part of the family, Colin. So thank you very much. Can we just have a quick cheers before we hand over, please, just bride and groom. Now, more importantly, we're going to hand over to Colin's brother, who I think we'll all agree is equally as handsome and beautiful and dapper, who I'm sure will do a lovely job.
Hello everyone, and welcome to what has been already today. It's been my first ever wedding ceremony, and it's literally been the best wedding ceremony I've ever been to. And I don't think it will be topped. It was just perfect from start to finish, and these guys are perfect from start to finish, so it's been a privilege to be there for. I'm James, by the way, everybody. I'm Colin's younger brother, only brother. And I just firstly like to compliment the happy couple, Emma and Colin. You guys are just beautiful, honestly. Today was, Emma, I don't know how you didn't cry up there. Everyone else was in tears, and I was struggling. I looked over at Amelie, and Amelie, wherever Amelie is, I just started going whenever I saw Amelie going. But it was beautiful. It was so nice. You guys are amazing. The bridesmaids, Rebecca, Orna, Sophie and Amelie. The groomsmen, Patrick, I know you guys did such a good job in supporting Emma and Colin, building up to today and today itself. So thank you for you guys. To the families, to the Mulroonies and to the Burkes, thank you for creating and raising two beautiful and magnificent people that we get to celebrate today. So to you guys, thank you very much. And just similar to Alan, just thank you for every one of you here to making it just a good night and a cracking day so far, and hopefully a cracking night later on. So cheers, just raise a glass to all you guys. And then just to be here as best man and the best man, and to have a front row seat today was special. So there's 11 years between my brother and me, Colin, and growing up I bloody idolised my brother. Colin was good at English in school, I was going to be damn good at English in school. Colin went travelling, I was going to go another country and beyond, I was going to go travelling. For your confirmation, you have that little book where it says the person I most admire. Well, most of the class were like scribbling down David Beckham or the Pope. I was writing down my brother. True. And to this day, the best compliment anyone can give me, and give it to me later on, is, wow, you're just like your brother. He's a caring older brother, a friend, and he's also been my teacher. When I was 15, Colin was about 26. And Colin was subbing in an all-boys school called Summerhill, and there's plenty of Summerhill alumni here today. And yeah, as cool as I thought my older brother was, no teacher, especially a sub-teacher, is cool when you're related to them. So I'd have lads coming up to me in the yard being like, well, what's the crack? Is Mr. Burke your brother? And I'd be like, yeah. And they'd say, will you tell your brother he's an awful bollocks? But Colin was also... Colin... But Colin was also a substitute in the all-girls school, the Mercy College, a couple of years earlier. Similar situation. I'd be down the town, walking down the town, and up comes this group of girls, and he'd be like, "Is Mr. Burke your brother?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And they'd say, "Will you tell your brother he's an awful ride?" But no, honestly, Colin he's the best person to be around. You leave a conversation, you have a conversation with Colin and you leave it a million times better than before you met him. Like he has this unique yet contagious energy. He gives his all into everything. His conversations, you can feel it from him. He's the best person to talk to about anything. But the only time he's not a great person to talk to is if there's a mirror or any sort of... or any honestly, any sort of window reflection. Because he's not doing a whole lot of listening, he's just doing a whole lot of checking himself out. But hey, honestly, you don't have to worry about it tonight. You look amazing. All of us will tell you that. Honestly, you look amazing. The both of you do. The both of you, and you look amazing separately, and you look even better together. Way better together. And my earliest memory of the two of these guys together was I was about 8, these guys were about 18, 19, and it was their Deb's night or their prom night for the Americans over here. And I'd never seen a limousine in real life. And up rose this limousine in front of our house. And I remember running to all my friends' house, knocking on the doors, being like, "You're not going to believe it, you're not going to believe it. There's a limousine outside for Colin and Emma." And it genuinely was like something out of a movie. And not to sound cliched or anything, but your story from then until now has been like something out of a movie. Hey. Unlike most Hollywood movies, your part 2 is even better than the part 1. And you guys are such a special couple with such a special story. You complement each other, bring the best out of each other, and excuse me here.
I'm a good crack.
Yeah, sorry. And every single person in this room has been rooting for you guys the whole way. Oh, and honestly, the whole way. And it's just fitting that it brings us to this magical setting, fairy tale setting, with a fairy tale couple who we just witnessed become husband and wife. It's been beautiful. And Emma, I just want to say you're such a beautiful person. Emma, you're such a beautiful person with this beautiful smile and aura about you that I don't know anyone else has. And I just want to say thank you for being the best thing that has ever happened to my brother. If Colin turns out to be half as good at being a husband as he has been a brother to me, then you've got a wonderful life ahead of you. And Colin, thank you for everything. Thank you for all the times you'd bring me up to St. John's School on your scooter each morning. Thank you for all the times I was in college I'd wake up to a text from Colin being like, "James, just put some money in your account." Thank you for all the trips to London. But most importantly, thank you for being someone I could look up to. I am the person I am, partly because of you. Sharon, Orna and me are so lucky to have a brother like you. And not done yet. And I know you might be the one who has to look up to me now physically, but I'll always be the one looking up to you. You deserve the very, very, very best, and you are getting the very, very best in Emma, Sophie, and Amelie. And I would just like to finish with a little poem, as is customary in the Burke household. We love a poem, and Sharon and myself wrote this poem. It's called Their Story. Yeah. Okay. Their story starts at 13 years old. Imagine you told them then what the future would hold. Strandhill Disco, paths first crossed, a first kiss shared, a spark never to be lost. Secondary school comes and goes, boyfriend and girlfriend by now, everybody knows. Talk of the town, best looking couple, hands down. Strandhill Queen and her Kevinsford King, these guys have it all, everything. But college courses forces them to different places, still in love as ever, just more weekend trips and suitcases. Emma heads north to study in Coleraine. Colin goes south, umbrella ready for Galway's rain. Paths then diverge, into individual journeys emerge. Both in different hemispheres, Emma down under, amazing years. Grace with 2 wonderful daughters, loved Australian life, but not the shark in the waters. Colin touches down in London town, braced for the fast-paced city living. This guy was on it, this guy was driven. Smashing sales targets, he had the knack. We all knew he'd eventually be back. No more Sydney sun and warm breeze, but Strandhill's sunny breeze. No more Big Bens, just Ben Bull Bens. Home was calling, in love again, soon to be falling. Because Colin and Emma were destined to be, clear as day, sure anyone can see. Spanish Point, they will always remember, a Saturday morning last September, when Colin suggested, hey babe, we should take a walk by the sea. And sure enough, he dropped to one knee. Tears of joy, tears of laughter, for these childhood sweethearts were on their way to living happily ever after. But not only that, Colin is given 3 more treasures. His boundless love for them has no measures. Sophie and Amelie and Luna, of course. All 5 form a formidable force. And so, now, let us all raise a glass to their story, because their story is just top class. So, let's let out the biggest cheer, enough that the whole of Sligo can hear. We wish you both a lifetime of happiness and fun. To Emma and Colin, the 2 that have become one.
I'm not crying. I'm not crying, you're crying. For anybody who's been to lots of weddings in the past and heard lots of good and bad best man speeches, that for me was the best man speech I have ever heard. beautifully heartfelt. Just so much in it. I think it says a lot about Colin and his family. Oh, they want to do a big hug.